Hello, the practitioner here. Bachelor of Science student, chemistry major, mathematics minor, magician, parapsych researcher, technical agnostic, and Fortean skeptic. I think I found the flaw in your mathematical reasoning. Right at the point where you said 1 plus 1 equals 1 plus the square root of 1, which equals the square root of, which basically equals 1 plus negative 1. The problem is that 1 has 2 square roots. And technically speaking, depending on how you phrase it, you can either have only the positive solution or both solutions. Now the thing, of course, is that since 1 plus 1 we know is 2, 2 cannot equal 0, so therefore there would have to be 2 solutions to this problem, one of which is 0, the other of which is 2. And if you're looking for real solutions or ones which are not contradictory, you would jettison the 0 solution and go with 2. So that, at least that's the theory I would go with in this particular case. I'm sure there's another flaw in there as well, but that's the obvious one to me. It's just the two solutions to the square root of the two solutions to the square root of 1. Anyway, that's just my thoughts. Take it for what you will. See ya. Hi, the practitioner here again. Somebody pointed out to me that that my response to your video doesn't really give a clear visual of what I'm talking about. So let's run through the steps again that you take a look at here. 1 plus 1 equals 1 plus the square root of 1. Then you say 1 plus 1 equals the square root of -1 times -1. Here's the problem. As you can see on my calculator here, this is the square root of 1. I now hit the equals button, and the square root of 1 up here equals 1 here. However, open bracket, sorry, hang on, -1 squared. As you can see, -1 squared, let me bring it close to the camera. Sorry, get rid of that negative sign. Try that again. That -1 squared also equals 1. My point being is that there are two solutions to the issue of square root of 1. 1 squared is 1, but so is -1 squared. Therefore, the correct solution to your problem should have been 1 plus 1 equals 1 minus 1, comma 1 plus 1 equals 0, comma 2. There are two solutions to this problem, and since we know that 1 plus 1 cannot equal 0, since 1 plus 1 does not equal 1 minus 1, therefore 0 should be jettisoned as the improper solution, and 2 should be accepted as the correct solution. I hope that better explains what I was trying to say in the previous video response to this. Anyway, here's hoping I got it right this time. See ya!
I've been watching your videos. I was wondering if you pluck your beard. I mean, I can tell that you don't. I know you don't, but I think you should. It's good grooming. Basic grooming. You should change your shirt too. If you can change it into a different shirt, because it's a terrible shirt. And let's see. Well, stand corrected. It looks like maybe you're wearing different shirt in some of these past few videos, but it's kind of too little, too late, man. I mean, what are you? Fucking, are you a cartoon character? Only cartoon characters wear the same clothes every week, man. Are you a cartoon character? I too have Asperger's, and I liked some of the points that you made about logic. I have the Wikipedia article on logic open. the senior editor on Wikipedia, by the way. And it says here, it's really illogical to never change your shirt. It's very unhygienic also. No less an authority than W.V. Quine says about the debate foundationalism versus holism, that you will never know the touch of a woman. And as a fellow atheist, drinking a dog's cum is a cure for Asperger's. It's just on the news. If you don't know how to go about drinking a dog's cum, there's a few resources online that might help you out. Wikipedia, of course, it's a really excellent article. It's probably the first place you should look. Zoophilia.org is another great resource there. This new cure for Asperger's is gonna lead to a great surge in the global demand for dogs' cum. So I would follow up on that right now. Use Wikipedia. And you have a terrible personality. And you're just like, oh my God. I mean, I never would talk to you. I mean, if you were somebody I had to work with or something, I would treat you as a non-entity. But you're really nauseating. I think I consider you less than human. Well, that's all for today. So thanks for posting the vlogs, and I'll see you around at a later date.
Hello all of the trash, the practitioner here. I watched your video, in addition to getting my video response, to answer a couple of your questions. No, I don't generally trim my beard. I generally shave my beard once every 3 weeks. It's it basically means that I have greater time free to devote to my studies and to other things like that. I have a bit of a difficulty multitasking, and so my hyperfocus is a little bit different. That's your first point. To deal with your last point about the, you said it was on the news that the cum of a dog, drinking the cum of a dog is a cure for Asperger's. Okay, answer me this then. You said you also have Asperger's syndrome. If the cum of a dog is a cure for Asperger's, why haven't you drunk it yet? And therefore said in your video, I don't have Asperger's anymore. Okay, now on to your other points about where it says that I will never know that that you are the senior editor of Wikipedia, and the Wikipedia article on logic says symbolistic logic versus holistic logic, that is illogical to wear your shirt it is illogical to not change your shirt, and it also says that I will never know the touch of a woman. Well, I happen to have the Wikipedia article here on logic open. All it does is it talks about informal logic, symbolic logic, mathematical logic, talks about how logic should be constructed, deductive versus inductive reasoning, how informal logic deals with the fallacies, which is what I've been talking about. Formal logic is generally on construction of the sentences and phrases, trying to tell good arguments from bad arguments. Differences in modal logic. There's also philosophical logic. They talk as well about Boolean logic for applying logic to artificial intelligence and law. Controversies in logic. Is logic strictly empirical? Tolerating the impossible. It doesn't say anything in there. Excuse me about the sneeze. As I was saying, it doesn't say anything about whether or not changing my shirt is illogical. So, actually, I don't even think that's even really a relevant issue to logic or not. However, you are right that it is unhygienic, which is why I change my undershirt every day. My overshirt I generally wear for 2 to 3 days because I don't generally get enough food particles on it for it to be dirty until about the third day. So yeah, this is my third day of wearing it. I'll be tossing it in the laundry tonight. Anyway, so that pretty much deals with it. Thanks though for putting points up on my video. I was also not saying that I could eat. I was also not. Oh wait, actually no. Sorry, that's a response to someone else's comment on my own video. I'll take care of that later. So yeah, thanks for saying that you like the points on logic. If you're the senior editor of Wikipedia, I think you might want to double check your article, because you might want to double check the logic article because it doesn't say anything in here about that I will never know the touch of a woman or that wearing your shirt more than 1 day in a row is illogical. So yeah, you might want to double check that. Also, that whole come of a dog bit, I doubt it. And if you could reference me, if you could provide references to scientific literature which actually has proven this, or what have you, then great. And also, if it were true, I'm surprised that you haven't taken the cure yet yourself in order to cure yourself of your Asperger's. Anyway, also, the last point. Excuse me. There we go. Now, you said that you would consider me less than human and my personality is abhorrent and you would never recognize my existence. Fair enough, that's your opinion. As for me being less than human, well, my personality is generally Asperger's based. It's generally influenced by my Asperger's and largely because I haven't had a chance to cure it. So, by that logic, unless your personality is somehow independent of your disorder, then I would say that you're probably also less than human too. By that logic. So, again, liar's paradox here. Either you have to admit that either you have to admit that your idea is probably not the case, or that or that you are less than human too. And since I doubt that the latter is correct, anyway, that's just my point. As for being not human, possible, but again, as I've said before, I'm still skeptical. So, thanks for your video response. I hope this covers it, and yeah. See you around. And don't forget to double check those Wikipedia articles.
Okay, I just received your response. To respond to some of your questions and statements. Yes, I do have Asperger's, and no, I have not taken the cure yet, and nor do I intend to. The reason being, which you would realize if you stop to think about it for a moment, is that I'm allergic to dog dicks. And in response to your statements about the Wikipedia articles, yes, I am a founder of Wikipedia, and I advise you to check again. Those facts are there on the article, and I have here the source for the W.V. Quine, quoted in Alfred Jules Ayer, Language, Truth, and Logic, page, let's see, I have a, sorry, the bookmark fell out. I know this book pretty well. Here it is. Yeah, page 100. Your shirt looked like a dish rag. Addressed to you. And yeah, and here's the passage on it being illogical for you not to change your shirt. So if you don't trust Wikipedia, you can take a look in this book that you find in your local library, Language, Truth, and Logic, Alfred Jules Ayer. And I have here the article published by the Stanford University Press on the .com cure for Asperger's, protein chains in dog-cum, effect on Asperger's type autism. It's all here. It's a peer-reviewed article. You can take a look at it online if you don't believe me. URL is tinyurl.com/447QSB. It also says here that whale cum is a possible cure for autism too. I'm sorry, for Asperger's type autism. And it says here also that you will never know the touch of a woman. Yeah, I founded Wikipedia, excuse me, I have to take this. Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that was Smith and that bunch of Frenchmen. Yes. Yeah,
No, I told you not to call me at this number. No, I'm kind of in the middle of something right now. Okay, yeah, I'll talk to you later. Sorry, I have to take that sometime, being the founder of Wikipedia and all. Yeah, so, I don't really know what you meant in that last part of the video. I kind of wasn't really, I didn't really pay attention to that part of it very much. But I do think you should trim your beard, and
I generally shave my beard once every 3 weeks. It's a
yeah.
It basically means that I have greater time free to devote to my studies.
Yes, that's a problem. Okay, so until next time, please keep those responses coming, and I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. And yeah, thanks for the great responses.
Hi! The practitioner here again. Thanks for referring to that other book. I will definitely take a look. I provided the links in the summary that you referred to here, the link on Logic to Wikipedia and the link to the Stanford research article you were talking about. When I typed in the URL that you had been mentioning, all I got was a reference to another YouTube video which said horns.aiff and said, what was it? Here, let me find the exact title of the video. Here it is. Nope. Oops, wrong one. Sorry, let me try that again. Let me type it in here, actually, just to confirm. tinyurl.com/447 447QSB. And, let's see. Okay. Anyway, basically it links to just another YouTube video, which isn't even related. Oh, yes, your shirt looks like a dish rag. That's all. That's the title of the video. It doesn't relate to any peer-reviewed literature. So could you do me a favor and please send me the exact peer-reviewed, the references, full American Psychological Association format, the reference to the peer-reviewed paper that you were showing on screen there. And also my final question is again, as you said, you still have Asperger's, but you haven't taken the cure for of the dog cum on the basis that you are allergic to dog dicks. Are you allergic to whale dicks as well? Because, again, the liar's paradox still stands. If there was no empirical evidence to back either of these claims about dog's cum or whale cum curing Asperger's, and which means that, and considering that you haven't taken them, either of them, ipso facto by your admission that you still have Asperger's, then I'd have to say that the cures probably don't work. So, like I said, let me see the evidence. Present it. Perhaps I have misquoted the summary here. Maybe it was QASB as opposed to QSB. If it is, please send me in a message the actual full URL so this way I can take a look at it again. And like I said, I've taken a look twice at this Logic article. There's nothing mentioned in there. So either somebody eliminated it just after you mentioned it, or just before, or it wasn't really there and you're not what you claim to be, or if you are what you claim to be, you aren't particularly paying attention to your own articles. So, but to give you the benefit of the doubt, it's possible that you had written it in there, and or that you were had meant to write in there, but just had forgotten to. So, if that's the case, please amend your article under the correct heading. See ya. Let me translate this into into simpler terms. I'm assuming to another ASPE, so that's the reason I use that particular format of speech. Translated into more popular terms for everyone else to understand, you're being a pain in the ass. Your sources don't exist, and you're being highly illogical. You're resorting to the exact same spamming tactics I've had to deal with in every other video response. And let's see, did I miss anything? Yeah, you're making fun of my format of speech and what have you. So, like I said, I've taken a look at your sources. They don't add up. Provide me with real sources to back up any of your claims, and then maybe I'll take seriously your videos. Until then, the only reason I'm approving your video responses, it's a good laugh, and it also gives an example of people of what not to do. I think that pretty much covers it. See you around.
You're an idiot.
Me or him?
Him.
Oh. Well, whichever.
Hey, I'm kind of busy, so I'll make this quick, but to answer your question, I live inside a dog's penis, and regarding the references, quote from Spinoza's draft of the Ethics in Spinoza Reader by Edwin Curley, the most immediate mode of the attribute we call thought has objectively in itself the formal essence of all things, so that if one posited any formal things whose essence did not exist objectively in the above-named attribute, it would not be infinite or supremely perfect in its kind. And speaking as a fellow atheist, I'm sorry. I think you must have I must have taken down the URL wrong for the Stanford paper. Correct URL is tinyurl.com/skook. That's SKUKE. And I advise you to look there. And that's about it. So, yeah, I look forward to your response.